The New York Jets, one of the biggest sleeper teams going into the 2024 NFL season. Last year, not really going to talk about too much of what they did, because while they did have some pretty impressive performances, some impressive wins that they weren't expecting to get, the moment Aaron Rodgers went down is realistically when their season ended. Obviously, they had some pretty damn good individual seasons for a lot of their players, especially on defense, but as a whole, you could definitely tell that morale-wise, just outlook-wise, the team was basically done for on the spot. This year, they decided to go with a little bit more insurances by grabbing more players to the offensive line, guys that have done it at a high level for a long time, and more depth on said offensive line. And of course, this is an offensive line that definitely looks vastly improved. Receiver room, they added Mike Williams, but what I will say about this team is, this is basically the IR squad. You've got guys that have spent significant amounts of time on IR over the last couple of seasons. Not saying that they're all trends or it's going to happen again, but guys like Breece Hall missed like the majority of the season when they got injured. Rodgers obviously missed last year. Tyron Smith has missed a lot of time in his career. Mike Williams, as of late, has been injury prone. I feel like Morgan Moses might have been on that list too. I don't want to lump his name in there, but I feel like he has. But as far as what the talent is now and how this team looks going forward, like I said, it is one of the biggest sleeper teams in the league. Breece Hall is an amazing running back when he's out there. Garrett Wilson, we don't know if he will or won't, but he looks very good. Will he become one of those top 10 guys? With Rodgers, possibly. We can't say for sure, and I think that's why EA teetered between giving him superstar or not as an 86 overall, but this is a year where you expect him to take that next step. Mike Williams obviously is one of the best high-point receivers in the league when he's out there. Tyler Conklin had a super sleeper season, and once again, this offensive line looks really, really improved. You, of course, have their first-round pick, Fashanu, who I think is going to be playing guard for us, because unless I'm going to push Moses to the side, I think this is a pick where you don't expect Tyron to even play maybe the full season or beyond this year, and you want the future to be set at that position. And of course, if he does stick around for another year, maybe Moses is the guy that's gone. Either way, this is a tackle situation that you don't expect to last too long in the league at this point. But offensively, they look, assuming injuries aren't a problem, they look perfectly promising, and that's also why, just for insurances, they did bring in Tyrod Taylor as well. This is a team that has learned from their mistakes, and they want depth, especially at some of those more important skill positions on offense. As far as defensively goes, don't know who at EA hates the off-ball linebackers of the New York Jets, but they do. CJ Mosley had an amazing year. Quincy Williams had an amazing year, yet both of them are at some of the lowest devs you can see, especially for their overalls. 90 overall star, 84 overall normal. It's completely highway robbery. I'm not going to change them because the whole point of a rebuild is to rebuild the team as is, but kind of highway robbery, I got to be honest. Safety, definitely one of their weakest position groups, but when you have a front four that they do, assuming Hassan Reddick doesn't hold out, and you have cornerbacks that they do, and the off-ball linebackers they do, I mean, unless every team is going to be throwing over the top on you every single play, it's a damn good-looking defense. Like we talked about, Jermaine Johnson really stepped forward, probably could have been a higher overall. Quinnen Williams, one of the best DTs in the league last year, and then Hassan Reddick has always played at a pretty high level, and he's going to be the starter here, it seems. Corners, Sauce Gardner, he's been amazing ever since joining the league, and then DJ Reed has really stepped forward the last 2 or 3 seasons in the league, and has been really, really good. But yeah, this is a team that on paper looks really promising, easily a top 10 roster in the league. The question is, how long will they stay healthy? And then, of course, the big other question is, does Rodgers still have it? It's really been almost 2 years since we've really seen the true Aaron Rodgers, because, of course, he was injured last year. And then when he played his final season for Green Bay, he had one of his worst seasons of his career because there really wasn't much talent going on. There was a lot of drops. There was a lot of wrong routes being run. And it just wasn't a pretty performance. It wasn't a pretty situation. This is obviously almost his Tampa Bay Buccaneers Brady moment. Let's see if he can stand and answer to the call. Of course, the AFC is tough, but we'll also see, is he going to stay for more than one season? Because this is going to be a rebuild of potentially also the quarterback position. Anyways, if you guys end up enjoying this video, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise stuff on the channel, including rebuilds, obviously. And then what team would you like to see next? I've been seeing a couple of Panthers in there. I know if there's one of you guys that really wants to see a Cowboys rebuild, I will do the Cowboys and the Chiefs this year. Even though they're busted and it's more of a reload than a rebuild, I will do them. So be patient. When will that be? Kind of when I'm feeling it, to be honest. It's not like I'm too lazy to do it. Just kind of like, does this feel like a good week to do it? Maybe. But at the same time, if I hold off on the Cowboys and the Chiefs and one of those teams struggles in real life, maybe it's a better situation for us to be actually rebuilding them. You never know. So, of course, maybe hold off a little bit longer. I'll click the storylines. They're always bull crap and they take up all my time, but I'm going to do it because you never know. Uh-oh, what's this? My personality. What motivates you when you're in the Patriots franchise? Was it the Patriots or was it the Broncos rebuild actually? And he was like, the cold. Okay, like how does the cold motivate you? What do you mean? Oh, crap. What was he talking about? I need to change my paying attention skills. I want you to be more of a leader. I don't know what he said. What if his biggest motivation was helping sick kids? Oh, so he actually took my advice. Okay, personality change, make him a leader. If you're a leader, you're typically someone that's going to take less money, right? Yeah, buddy. I'd be like, you know what? I think of you as a person that should take veteran minimum so we can pay more players. Thank you. Ready for the press conference, position battles. This is the one I hate. It's like there's no such thing as a position battle, okay? I want who I want. Just listen to me. I'm the coach, damn it. No battle. The players are really mad that it's not a battle because they should be able to fight for the job. It's like, yeah, would you do that for, I'm not saying Jermaine Johnson is, but would you do that for Max Crosby, Nick Bosa, and all them? Would you? I'm just saying. At the same time, I don't know if the game actually would tell you there should be a position battle if it was one of those guys, so maybe I'm talking a bunch of crap for nothing. Also, was that Jaylen Warren traded to the Patriots? Wait, does the AI do trades? Wait, I'm so confused. That's kind of sick. Hold on. There is some disgusting behavior acting. Has this always been a thing, by the way? Or is this new? Because I swear I never remembered trades happening. Oh, of course the Eagles give freaking Mekhi Becton to the Chiefs. That is a real Chiefs move, too. I'll be honest with you. They get a safety, and the Eagles do need a safety. Is EA been cooking this whole time without me knowing? There's no way. There's just no way that EA actually cooks. There's no chance. This is all a facade. I don't even know. All right, this team apparently actually has a lot of money, although they do have some big names. So why aren't they paying Hassan Reddick again? Is this not actually real representation of how much money they have? Is that what it is? I'll pay 3-year for freaking Hassan Reddick. I worry about the age a little bit, I will admit, but I'll pay that. And of course with DJ Reed, I'm hoping for a dev up, but I'll pay a 3-year 30. Am I just an idiot or is this easier than it should be? Tyron Smith in real life, I'm not sure. You got to see what happens. But in game, I think he'll easily be here for one more year as a very high overall player. Mike Williams, I don't know. Maybe a 1-year deal. If he's playing really well, maybe we'll give him an extra year. But, yeah, for the most part, I do want to save money for Jermaine Johnson, Garrett Wilson, and Sauce Gardner. See, now this is a dev up challenge that's kind of in line with what we usually would see. All Michael Carter needs is a tackle for a loss, a forced fumble, or a sack to get a dev upgrade, which that's definitely more fair and doable. But some of the other ones where they're like, hey, I think maybe this guy needs 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a tackle for a loss. What about you? You think that's fair? It's no. But sure, I don't really have much of a say, do I? Do we do it? Hey, Michael Carter, star dev. One of the best slot corners in the league, actually. The choke job of this season has been nasty work. It has been nasty work. And I'm fully expecting us to miss the playoffs. Oh, the freaking clutch at the end was also pretty filthy, though. Rodgers, number 3 for yards in the league. Let's look at this. 8-4 at one point, and then lost 3 of the last 5 games. Technically worse than that. Kind of. Look at this. Loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, loss, win. Yeah, barely making the playoffs at 10-7. I don't know if I would consider this a down year or an unexpected year. I think the Jets should be better than this, but I think this is fine. I would see the Jets as a 9-10 win team. Aaron Rodgers, 30 touchdowns, 17 interceptions is very high. I don't know if that's because of Rodgers himself or the scheme. We'll find out when he's gone, assumingly after this season ends. 4,000 yards is great, though. Breece Hall, really good season. Garrett Wilson, pretty good, but just under 1,000. Mike Williams, just under 1,000. Lazard getting forced the ball, 810 yards, and then Conklin with another really good season, just like real life. Blocking, Vera Tucker was great. Fashanu was pretty good, and the rest, I don't know, giving up that many sacks as a center is definitely something. Quentin Williams was great. Jermaine Johnson was pretty good. Hassan Reddick was down, which I don't really like. 5 picks for Quincy. Should go to star. Should have already been star. Should go be going to superstar. And then Mosley could also go to superstar. So Some dev-ups potentially for the linebackers. Greg Zuerlein missed 5 out of 25 kicks. I've seen worse. Morstead was great. Yeah, this is like the retirement IR squad. It's like a bunch of their best buddies just decided, hey, we're going to try to win a Super Bowl in front of all the league's youngest players. But as far as award wins go, we got best running back, could go to X Factor, and then we got best linebacker, which if that doesn't at least get him to star, let alone superstar, I'd be genuinely surprised. But here it is, the Dolphins, a team that actually basically allowed us into this spot. So if they lose this game, they're going to feel really dumb. And it's raining. Any odds on if the team survives without injury? Anyone want to take those odds? 14-7, 14-10, 21-10, looking pretty good. But the Dolphins are not going away just yet. It's 24-17 at halftime. It's all tied up, 24-all. They get a stop. They don't do anything with it, though. We get a touchdown. It's a 7-point lead. And with a touchdown there, we're actually going to beat Miami Dolphins on the road. Aaron Rodgers with that golden hair. Okay, it's back. By 14. Clutch win. What if we just win the Super Bowl year one? Rebuild over. Aaron Rodgers killed it. Best game probably of his whole season. One of his best playoff games in his career, to be fair. Looking at receivers, some decent numbers there. Limited Tyreek Hill and Waddle as much as physically possible. Breece Hall had a big play. Sacks, 3 for Quinnen, 1 for Bradley, 1 for Phillips. And yeah, I don't know. I just kind of say names randomly. Like, I would say most people, when they say Bradley Chubb, they don't think about Bradley. They just think about his his name. New ability unlocked. Who the hell got that? Oh yeah, I forgot he's superstar dev. He's insane. Divisional round. It's the Colts. I've seen the Colts do some damage, but at the same time, on paper, we could have had worse. Could have been the Chiefs here. Old versus young at quarterback. Almost double the age of Anthony Richardson. This is kind of insane. We get a really good start. I think we get a stop and a touchdown, and then we get another touchdown. 14-3, looking pretty promising. 17-3. I didn't change anything about this team other than the depth chart. Moving them around a little bit. Maybe release the player that doesn't normally get released. Just releasing players I think that makes the most sense. Cap and depth-wise. Up by 14. The Colts will not go away, though, and the Colts can win it. They will not, though. And the Jets are moving on to the championship round. As a Packers fan, I would love to see it, personally. I would love to see a world where Rodgers gets back into the Super Bowl. I think, the disrespect put on that man's name because he only won 1 Super Bowl. So what, Dan Marino's ass now? Are we really all about to agree that Dan Marino's not one of the greatest ever? Okay, buddy. Are we saying Peyton Manning's second ring was actually legit? Okay, relax. Winning Super Bowls is hard, damn it. How many of you have? I have 0, personally. Okay, I'm not going to die on this hill. If you hate Rodgers, go for it. Do whatever you want. But championship round, we win it. The divisional, and are headed there, and it's the Chargers. Let's take a look at this thing. Let's take a look at this. Could this be like our shortest rebuild? Obviously, I'm not going to end the rebuild if we win this, but there's something to be said about potentially ending the rebuild after 2 more seasons because we don't make a dynasty happen. But we'll see what happens exactly, whether we even win this game or not. On the other side, you saw the Packers and the Cowboys. So, that would be insane. Could you imagine the Packers? Oh my, when's the last time something that insane storyline-wise happened? I'm trying to really think about it. There's got to be something, and I'm not seeing it. Imagine the Jets and the Packers against each other in the Super Bowl. That would be insane. Going to the end of the game. Come on, I want to win this so bad. Not just for our chance to win a Super Bowl, but obviously, if the Packers win, Jets versus Packers Super Bowl, that would be crazy. The Chargers are not playing around, though. Huge drive. 4th quarter. I don't know who has the ball. We're about to find out. It's them. 4th and 5. We get the stop. Field goal game. 4th and 3. You got to go for this. You got to go for this. I'm actually, more invested in us winning this than the Packers rebuild we did. I want this to happen. Oh, my God. We're not going to have it happen. Oh, Rodgers sucks. Damn it. That's my fault, I think. Might have just been the angle, too. Oh, it was there. He got open last second. 3rd and 4. Oh, you need a stop, fellas. They get the stop. A touchdown still wins it. This defense, Rodgers hasn't had a defense like this in ever. He makes his defense have to, get a stop to win the game. It's over. He's not having that. All right, here it is for all the marbles. Realistically, this is the game. Of all the people to go to in the clutch, we could have maybe went for it all, but Tyler Conklin, baby. Clock is dripping, but I'm going to let Rodgers and company try and do this on their own. Oh, my God, to the 6. In for the touchdown. 34 seconds left, though. The Chargers don't do it. And you can argue I made a big play and helped this team get to where they wouldn't have, but I don't care. 28-27 over the Chargers. The Jets are in the Super Bowl year one with Aaron MF and Rodgers, and there's a chance he could be playing against the Packers. I'm not going to force any wins or anything, even though I think it would be sick to do so. I think it would just kill the whole point. Like, it's like, oh, wow, you forced them to win. Real cool. Dicker missing a kick was clutch for us, by the way. But yeah, if it happens, that's insane. If it doesn't happen, so what? We'll just have to beat the Cowboys for a Super Bowl. What do you want? That would be a ridiculously crazy storyline, though. I'm all here for it. Did they do it? Okay, they're not going to show us. Or maybe they did show us and I missed the opportunity. I think I seen something with the Cowboys there. Who is it? It's the Packers! No, what was Dak's face there for then? Like I said, I wasn't going to force anything. I was down to, whatever happens. I wanted the Packers to win because I want to see this matchup. That's crazy, dude. As much as EA kind of hates me in Sim a lot of times, they do give me some of the craziest storylines, and I kind of love them for it. Just for that. Only that, though. Nothing else. Zero other things. Both teams are 10-7. What a storyline. I've only mentioned it a few times now. Rodgers didn't go up in dev, which maybe hurts his chances at coming back. I don't know. Breece Hall didn't go up in dev, which hurts my feelings. I will say that. Tyler Conklin goes up in dev. I don't know what the hell that does for him. He's old as hell, but the dude's been balling out. So what can you say? Defensively, I need these linebackers dev'd up. I don't want to hear it. We're not arguing this. Quincy goes up in dev, but unfortunately CJ Mosley doesn't, which pisses me off, okay? Everyone else, same dev as before. Here it is for all the marbles. Is Rodgers going to retire a two-time Super Bowl champion? And the way he does it is by beating the team that he got the first Super Bowl with. The Packers are only 81 overall. I don't even know how they're here. I really don't know how this storyline happens. If we lose, I think it would be more legendary if Rodgers won, but it doesn't really change too much. It's still a ridiculous, thing for this to have happened. It would actually probably be one of the most fun, kind of scenarios we've seen in a while. It's been a lot of, Super Bowl repeats and whatnot. 7-3. 7-3. Man, a lot of back and forth nothingness. 10-3. Rodgers going back to his old playoff ways against his former team. 17-17. Uh-oh. Green Bay clutches up on 3rd and 10. It's going to be a 5-yard run for Rodgers, and they punt the ball. 3rd and 7, you got to get this up. It's all on the line. I really don't want to be in this. I really don't want to be in here for this. I think I'm going to lose us this game. It's going to be a run. We're going to try to get over there. Okay, instead of losing us the game, I actually absolutely won us the game. Well, it didn't win us the game. The game's not even over, but that was a clutch tackle by us. Holy crap. All right. We're running the ball. Okay, this team is, utterly hopeless. Oh, it's over. We're going to get the glitch. Oh, I didn't even think about it. The clock was running. I thought it wouldn't have been running. I can't hike it any sooner than this. Oh, wow, we got instantly sacked anyways. Wow, I hate that the clock did that, but at the same time, the scenario was... It was pretty doomer. It would have been insane to see that in real life. 119, Rodgers with a timeout left in the pocket. But yeah, absolutely got smoked there at the end. Stupid clock glitch, though. It's so annoying. 40 seconds left, and we're 2-clocking. Well, it's all irrelevant here because the New York Jets do not win the Super Bowl. Rodgers is denied by his former team. And as much as that would be a pill that's tough to swallow, this could be enough for Rodgers to call it. And of course, I still don't understand why the Gatorade looks like it's straight from something from Nickelodeon. Was this sponsored by Nickelodeon? The MVP? Is Mitchell Trubisky sitting somewhere? Where's Trubisky? Where's that damn MVP? Either way, Rodgers did outplay Love technically, but Love was able to put up more touchdowns as an offense. Really disappointing stuff. Don Reddick with a sack. Rashawn Gary right at the end with a sack. Not that it would have mattered, but still would have had a chance. Field goal kicking. Both sides missed a kick. Don't think that mattered too much, but still sucks. Well, now you know that I didn't force the scenario because I would have preferred Rodgers to win in this case. But where do you go from here as a team? Mike Williams was decent, but he didn't want to accept a 1-year deal. I don't want to pay him long-term. Here it is. Retirements. Is AR gone? He's gone 90% of the time, so I imagine. And he is dead. He's dead. So is Tyrod. We have no quarterback. Well, we do. We have Travis. Is Travis the starter? I mean, he is for now. Pick 31 in the draft. That's what it's going to take to get us a quarterback. Damn, son. The Jets, I mean, they would absolutely love the hype. Make a splash. Let's make sure we win the draft. But yeah, the hype and get into the Super Bowl, it was totally worth the trade at that point, right? But at the end of the day, didn't result in a Super Bowl win, unfortunately. It is so kind of crazy that how much the Packers got for Rodgers. I know you have that chance of him like playing as long as Brady, which if that was the case, then the money's totally worth it, or the trade value is totally worth it. But for a guy that probably won't play more than like 2 more seasons. Okay, Sauce, obviously we get the 5th-year option because you're not going to get cheaper than that for Sauce anyways. He's a 99 overall. Garrett Wilson, we wait and pay, and then Mike Williams already showed that he's already regressed hard. The money he would want on a 3-year deal I just think it's not worth it, okay? Jermaine Johnson might be worth that 5th-year option, but I'm rather just going to sign him long-term as well. I'm also curious to see what overall Hassan Reddick is, because 85 overall superstar, did he regress at all? You would think it'd be a little premature. Damn, he already regressed. I mean, he keeps edge threat, right, which is like the biggest thing for him, but in sim-wise, that is significant. Need that dev up pretty big for him to be good, but edge threat is big. Edge threat is monstrous, but once again, in this sim situation, not. We've dropped now down to an 83 overall after losing some of the guys that we are projected to lose, and we did. Mike Williams is there. I just don't want to pay him. I mean, he wasn't bad at all, but just too costly, I think. Yeah, maybe I should have paid him. I don't know. I don't want to pay a 3-year because he's already regressed, but are we in proper rebuild mode again? The Jets just can't avoid that long term. It's always going to be a rebuild every once in a while, every like 2 years. Kind of seems like we are. And I got to be honest with you, I think Russell Wilson's calling our name here. Just in case the draft is asked for quarterback, I'm going to give Russell Wilson, if I can, a 1 year 6.5. And yeah, maybe I should have done like a 1 year, I don't know what I could have offered. Should have done like a 1 year 16 just to keep him around for 1 more year. But I don't think that's going to happen anymore. There's teams willing to pay him. I mean, I'll keep that on there, but yeah, I'm not willing to pay that much. 3 years, he's already regressed 2 or 3. And then Tyler Conklin, as much as he's played well for us, and in real life, you probably give him the contract because he's not really showing signs of aging. In-game is a different story, unfortunately, so we're going to have to get a new tight end as well. O-line, we don't need a new tackle because we'll just move Fashanu to right tackle. Ryan Kelly, we have money. You know what? Maybe Connor Williams. Maybe we pay a little bit of money for Connor, who I think, no, it was a 1 year, I think, with Seattle, wasn't it? But we're the highest bidder for Connor. He's a pretty good overall as well, so I'm down with that contract every day of the week. Any other players? We definitely need defensive tackle. Not really going to get like a long-term youthful guy there, though. Edge, we're fine for now. Off-ball linebacker, definitely going to be a problem. Do you go with a Bobby Wagner, trying to keep this, like, winning train alive? Because if you get a decent quarterback in the draft, or maybe even Russell Wilson's good enough, this team could go right back on another run. So I'm going to pay Bobby Wagner a little bit more than I normally would. And, wait, did I let Michael Carter go to free agency? I really did, didn't I? Yeah, you don't let one of the best slot corners go for nothing. 25 mil left. We have some big names to sign next year, but trying to keep our signings to like a 1 year minimum, right? We don't really have that here, but a 1 year for Mike if we get him. Wagner's a 1 year, Russell's a 1 year, so I also don't think we're going to get Mike, so all that money's going to return to us in a second. We get Michael Carter and Wagner. Who else was on the list there? Wait, I got scammed on Connor Williams. We're the #1 team. Of course he joins the Packers who win the Super Bowl, so I can't even complain about it either. Damn, there's no complaints. What can I say? And nobody wants Russell, I guess. Well, that kind of sucks. Either way, let's head on to the draft, realistically. All that money back, though. All right, we're entering the draft with a 31st pick. There is not really many quarterbacks, but there's one that looks pretty good, and his name is Flores. He's a top 5 projection with a 1 to 2 talent. But we also have Mobley, who is a day 3, but a 3 to 4 true talent grade. Good enough throw power. He's pretty athletic. He's got like a special build. His rank dropped like a lot, like -94, which tells me that maybe he still has high dev. You can obviously see that, you see players go up and down all the time, but like, it looks promising. But I think if Flores is there, ooh, Drummond is also a true talent 1, and he looks really good. Like, he's got some pretty good ratings. He's obviously insanely fast. I think if Flores is there at 5, we try maybe to make a trade up, but if not, I'm going to try to trade up to like, oh crap, I didn't turn off this. I'm going to try to trade, okay, yeah, we're going to have to change this. I'm going to try to trade up to like 25 for a wide receiver. All right, Flores is still there. One of these teams needs a quarterback, right? Like, surely. The Raiders? If the Raiders don't take one, I'd be genuinely shocked. The Rams could also kind of use one. And there he goes at 8. The more I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what? Pick 5 for a 1 to 2 grade guy. I mean, yes, we need quarterback, but I believe we got Russell Wilson. And we can grab Mobley if he's halfway decent. Maybe he gets the job. Drummond is the question mark. When do you go for someone like him? He's around 1 true talent. Do I go at 20 if he's there? Also looking at the teams that are here. I mean, any one of them could take him. You would assume the Dolphins don't need him, though. If he's... Oh, actually, I can't trade off this. I'm going to try to go to the Dolphins pick if possible. We have that extra third-round pick. I don't know if that was something they did in real life. I'm not sure, but it says we have an extra third-round pick, so I'm going to utilize that, I think, here with a trade up for this wide receiver. We need a wide receiver, too, really badly. And if he's halfway decent, like it looks like he is, we might be able to get him. This is an obvious low ball, but I want to just to see, what are we looking at? And honestly, we don't need 95, because I think 95 is when we're going to take the QB. So let's try to get rid of, well, not get rid of, I'm trying to just make a trade up. 4th next, not even going to do it. 4th and a 6th next. This is a pretty big trade up still, technically. Damn, this is a lot of pain because this is a lot of picks. Okay, that is like crazy how much they want. Like, am I not getting fleeced? It's only 10 spots. Like, this feels like a fleecing. I'm going to take a look at the wide receivers. I might still go through with it if I don't like our other options, but I'm pretty sure I had 2 options that I liked. Oh, I didn't... Wait, I scouted McIntyre as well because he looked pretty good too because he's fast. I mean, I think him and McIntyre are pretty similar types. I don't want to lose Drummond. I mean, any one of these teams could take him. I think realistically the Niners would be the first of the list, but you just don't know. Could be the Chiefs. There it is. We ended up trading a 1st, a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th this year with a 4th and a 5th next year to get 10 spots up for what looks to be, in fairness, a future goon wide receiver in Mr. Donnell Drummond. He's also 6'1" with that speed. Please be hidden, though. That's all I ask. 12th in true talent. Oh, and he's normal. Wide receiver dev-ups have been really hard to get for us lately. Yeah, I get he's fast, but man, we should not have traded up. I have learned things today. Looking at what we need, though, we have a lot of needs, in fairness. But as far as what we can realistically get, maybe tight end, perhaps. We also want that quarterback, obviously. The O-line, Andrew Little, with a round 1 grade, looks really good, too. The safety, Haynes, is still there. What about the tight end I had? Oh, he's still there, too, and he was athletic. I don't know what to do here because we really need safety. I think I offered Nick Cross. Don't know if we actually got him, but I imagine we did because nobody wanted him. There was no offers on him. I don't think Haynes is the guy because he's slower than I thought. And then Dalton, he's a little bit faster than, expected. That tight end's hard to pass, though. Calvin Riddick, I have obviously seen better tight ends, but I think I'm going to go Calvin Riddick because we just have simply no good tight end right now. He was 40th in true talent. Thankfully hidden. There we go. Not going to be normal dev like that. I really want that lineman, but I think we've already traded up enough. I think we're going to go to 31 for Mobley. But yeah, not normal dev like the damn wide receiver. That would have been really bad. Oh, we need a DT as well, and we just seen one go there. Safety, I wonder if we can make a trade up for that position as well. Mobley, though, I think we have no choice. He had a high potential. Please be hidden. He was 90 in true talent. It's a C. 90 throw power, 89 speed, but normal dev. I wonder if that's one of those wide receiver type quarterbacks. We'll have to see. Not that it matters, but I'm interested. Safety, let's go to the next round. Let's go to the next round after that and see if any of those safeties are there. Yeah, it's pretty hard to fill every single positional need you have with a, bona fide starter. We do have safeties here, and Reese is one of them at day 3. Looking raw, obviously, but pretty damn fast. So I'm going to trade up for him, I think. I had to trade up 4 6th-round picks to move up to this 5th round. I obviously, is basically moving up 60 spots. But, man, I'm hoping this safety's good because, I moved up quite a bit to get him. Austin Reese, he's raw as hell, but you never know. He is a C+. I don't know if that's good. Normal dev. Might just be starter by default because we are really that, like, thin at that position. I also don't think we did get Russell Wilson. Kind of worries me that we didn't get Nick Cross either. But Mobley hopefully is the guy anyways. I would prefer... Oh, we still have the 7th round pick. I'm probably going to look for a punter/kicker. But I would prefer to start the young guy anyways. And we found ourselves kind of a goon at punter. A 4.59 40 with literally everything under elite. I mean, I don't know if that's going to make the thumbnail, but that is kind of crazy. Everything is elite. We're going to grab him. He is 71 in true talent. Hidden dev with 87 speed. This is a strange guy. Okay. So obviously we got to take a look at this punter. Everyone else is cool. 75 overall wide receiver. 75. Oh, the quarterback 71 actually. Safety was probably not worth all those 6th-round picks. Brian Haynes. Tackle and block shed aren't good, so he doesn't look like a defender. Throw power is not good, so he's not a quarterback. Any receiving ability? Juke ability? Very interested in it. What's his dev? Superstar, so he was generational. No, he's not. He's just an athletic punter. I mean, it's cool. It's really cool, but he is just an athletic punter. Fair enough. He's kind of goated, I'll be honest. But yeah, I thought he was going to be maybe like a multiplayer, but nope. He is not a two-way or anything like that. Mobley, 90 throw power, 77 deep accuracy, 73 medium, 84 short. I mean, I think, especially with Ideal, this is going to be QB1, especially since Russell Wilson, we'll mention a name there that people don't want to hear probably as Jets fans. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the move. A little raw with some of the route running, but Drummond with all that speed, high potential there. I mean, definitely wide receiver too. Number 83 is a little disgusting, but what can you do? Something unique. Number 16, now that I will not let slide. Very athletic for the tight end who has all of the catching traits as well, except for feet in bounds, which I don't actually think rookies can even get, like CPU-generated ones. I'm not even sure if that rating does anything or that traits. Star dev for him. Really wish you could have had that lineman as well, but two players I definitely want to take a look at is the other of the quarterback, Flores, and the other of the wide receiver, McIntyre. So we see McIntyre, we might have been able to save a little bit on if we would have waited on him. But Flores all the way at number 8, 75 overall, hidden dev. Damn, really accurate. So really accurate, really fast. This guy looks to be the real deal. He looks like a player that was definitely worth a trade up if we made it, but unless he's higher than Star, which he's not, I don't really mind it too much. I'm okay with not trading up for him, to be honest. But let's take a look at the wide receiver. When did McIntyre go? Is it shortly after our guy? It was significantly after. He went all the way at 19 in the 2nd round. He's also normal dev. I mean, he looks like almost a photocopy clone of the guy we took. Yeah, they didn't have to trade up to 21 to get him. That kind of sucks. What can you do? Thought we were getting a really goated player with that round 1 true talent, but he's just good. Just very good with potential, but needs to get some dev ups, which wide receiver has not been easy for us, like I said. So the team is upset you didn't keep the promise you made to upgrade the roster. The morale has dropped by 10. It actually asked me, who do you think is a sleeper on this team? I said the QB, and it was like, most draft experts wouldn't agree with you. Well, most draft experts can suck one, to be honest. In this Madden realm, in real life, they're all pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, it's not true that they disagree because he's a 71 overall we took in the 4th round. That is a sleeper. That is a guy that, you know, we've seen in Madden's most recent ones, ratings that, some of those quarterbacks were 70, 71 overall in the 1st round. So landing that in the 4th, we kind of found a sleeper. I don't care what you say. So season 1 was very, very insane. Year 2, I don't know what's going to be looking like because obviously this team is taking a bit of a hit. Wide receiver 2 is nowhere near as good as it used to be. Left guard, nowhere near as good as it used to be. And then quarterback, obviously nowhere near as good as it used to be. But still, because of last season's efforts, the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver 1, Fashanu, some other players, they are up in overall, obviously. And then defensively, we have Bobby Wagner on the squad. Safety is going to be Reese, which is definitely not our best effort, but we ran out of draft picks, and this is where we stand. Hankins is DT2, kind of like a Kinlaw type of replacement. Edge, we're probably going to need a new one for in the future, and, Will McDonald, because of how old of a rookie he was, I think he was 24, It's just not going to work out in Madden too often, right? $156 million. Breece Hall needs a contract. He's going to get it. Garrett Wilson, obviously going to get it. Vera Tucker, not bad, actually. Definitely going to get the contract. Jermaine's costly, so we'll see how he's playing. And then Quincy, I can't pay that for a 29-year-old star. Tyron, if he's still around, we'll pay him. Going to be honest, though, I worry about a lot of these regressions, a lot of these older players. His Jets team, this is why I almost chose them as my franchise team, because, yeah, they look so good year one, maybe even win the Super Bowl year one. We almost did. But after that, the age catches up. It's not really the money that's a problem, but the age absolutely does. But really good players like Breece Hall, you don't have to worry about losing. Garrett Wilson will do a 5-year deal worth, I think, 118 should do it. Still not enough. I thought that was almost overpaying. AVT, I will pay because I think the price is right. But as far as the rest, though, I don't know. I got to see Jermaine Johnson because he's only an 83 overall, and he's 26 and whatnot. 4 sacks. I mean, he's on par for another 7 or 8 sack season, which for Madden is basically like a real life 12 to 14. So I guess we pay him. I really don't like that money per year, but we need edge, and Hassan Reddick is going to be like dead soon enough. It's not dead, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Got a lot of money, just the talent is starting to dwindle a bit. If we win this game, we might make the playoffs. If not, we might slightly miss. But I'll be honest, we're exceeding expectations. I expected this to be a crash and burn type of year with just all the drop-offs we've had. And we do lose, which puts us at 8 and 9. I mean, that puts us right on par with the Bills, though, which, the Bills aren't, that great. Quarterback is still potentially in our horizon, but if the guy played well, we're going to give him another chance to start. As a 4th-round pick, so it's not like we invested the world in him, so we're not, like, draft capitally or I would say imagely tied to him. A lot of picks, but the yards and touchdowns are pretty good. It's very similar to what Rodgers did, so it might just be scheme related. Wilson was pretty good. Drummond as a rookie was pretty good. I hope he got rookie of the year because at normal dev, man, it is hard to get those dev ups at wide receiver. Defensively, Quentin was a down year. Jermaine Johnson and Reddick are terrible. I just don't know what you want, Like, what does EA want? You got to be a 99 overall to put up double-digit sacks? We have seen, like, very average players in the NFL these days put up, like, just barely double-digit sacks or have average seasons and they still put up double digits. I'm not saying it's easy to do, but it's not as hard as EA thinks it is. Like, we have guys playing full seasons at edge as 80-plus overall players, and they can't even get past 5 sacks. Like, what are we doing? Like, the floor for most edge starters is like 7, let alone players that are actually good, like Hassan Reddick and Jermaine Johnson. Either way, it's Cowboys versus the Browns in the Super Bowl. And winner of the Super Bowl is the Cowboys. Let's take a look at any dev-ups we would have maybe had. A quarterback for lucky. A lot of yards, in fairness. Could have. That sucks. Garrett Wilson goes up in dev, though. That's great. Drummond does not, though, unfortunately. Did we even look at the awards? I think we did, and it was just nothing to show for. Garrett Wilson, Superstar Dev, and even if I didn't look at the awards, it doesn't matter because obviously Drummond didn't go up in Dev, which means he did not win the award. Mobley is a 78 overall, so unless there's a bona fide beast QB1, I'm probably not going to make the play for him. Hassan Reddick, he regressed harder in the first season's regression than he just did now. Not really that bad. Still going to keep edge threat. Will it matter because he's been playing kind of poorly? Probably not, but Quentin Williams went up to an X factor, I believe. And no other dev-ups were found, unfortunately. Mosley has dropped down to, like, unusable status. Quincy's on his way. We've got to replace, like, 5, 6 starters on defense, and it's going to follow even more when we need to replace Reddick and DJ Reed. Offensively, left tackle retired. We need a left guard as it stands. And then quarterback / wide receiver could be a problem. So we need, like, half a roster still. Sweet. And we don't have any pick past like the 3rd round other than maybe a 7th. Not good. Not good. Let's take a look at these negotiations. Not really going to be many here. Quincy, maybe you want to do it just because you're like trying to not have to replace every single position in 1 year. A 1 year 12. That's going to be like 30 mil because they're going to think he's an edge rusher. Yeah. What else do we have? Most of these guys are backups. CJ Mosley at that price is not worth it. He's, at this point, basically like a mentor backup. But yeah, I'm not really sure how we're going to feel the usable team this upcoming season. Going to have to probably do some trade downs. Unless there's, like I said, a really, 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 really good quarterback that we feel like we can't miss on. I'm probably going to be trading down. Brock Purdy is a great option, but it's just not realistic that he'd be a free agent. Don't need a corner. Wyatt Teller, we could use a guard, so I think I will be willing to pay him a 2-year deal worth 35. See if anyone is contesting us, kind of, but I think we'll be fine. Jameson Williams, wide receiver. I mean, technically, I'm going to just trust Drummond develops. Linebacker, if nobody wants Quincy, I'll try to offer that 1 year 12 we originally offered. Actually, showing a lot of interest for a 1 year, which usually doesn't happen. And we could use a safety, so if any of these corners could play safety, I would be absolutely down. We also technically need tackle. Do we pay Zach Tom? I mean, he's costly, but I can't afford draft capital-wise to replace all these players in one draft, so we're going to have to spend some money in free agency. That's usually how it works, right? You don't have enough draft capital. You either have the team already or you have a lot of cap space, or vice versa. You know, usually that's how it goes. Zach Tom should be Jet. Joel Bitonio, no. Wyatt Teller hopefully should be a Jet. D-line, we could use DT. Reader, I don't know if I really like the scheme fit for him. Probably will be drafting DT in this draft. What about linebackers? Any off-balls? It looks like Wagner retired, too. I don't see him anywhere. I think Wagner retired on us. Quincy, we're going to try to hopefully get back in a 1 year deal. Corner, we talked about if we can get one to play safety. Tyrann Mathieu already super slow, unfortunately. So is Kevin. Oh, Kevin Byard's actually not too bad. I mean, we just need somebody to fill in. Kirby Joseph. I don't really like the fact that Kirby Joseph is only a 77 overall, though. Oh, Emerson. Look at the zone coverage. I'm going to pay Emerson. These guys are paying him like he's a cornerback. I'm going to pay him like he's a cornerback, but he's playing safety. 4 year 40, that's $10 million per deal. That's not bad. We're spending some money this offseason. Let's see if we actually get any of them signed on. And we do. We get all 4. Nice. Even Quincy. Okay, we still have a lot of money. And we also filled a lot of our issues. Sweet. We've bought ourselves another year of being at least on par for the playoffs, I would say. Really does piss me off how much red regression we have, though. It's so annoying to see. So there is a decent quarterback, but you pretty much have to go in the top 5 to get him. I don't think that's really worth it. So we're going to be rocking Mobley for another year, who did have a lot of XP in fairness. We're going to end up with pick 12, which is really good because we're going to be trading down from that spot and hopefully fill most of the needs we have. Not all of them, but most of them if possible. There's some other really good players, like do you maybe go wide receiver again, because there's some options. We got a couple of 1 to 2 grade O-line. We'll definitely try to get at least one of them. Safety, Scotted Sands further. I'm not 100% sure who we want. I think it's going to be a lot of DT type, so we're going to try to move to like 25 and then take, whoever's remaining at the DT spot. There's a couple of halfway decent guys here. I would say that Trejo is probably the best, but I'd also go with Gates. So, yeah, we're going to go to 25, I think, and then if we have to trade back up, we will, but hopefully going from 12 to 25, we should at least land us a second-round pick if we're lucky. This is pretty good, too. Yeah, I mean, the Buccaneers are basically good at giving me what I want here, because I'm getting that second round this year as well, which I really want it to be this year. I think that's going to be our move. We're going to go with the Buccaneers, who are going to give us a bunch of other picks as well. Might be able to use those to move up if we need to. Going down to 26. I still feel like this is kind of a scam, because it costs us how much to get from 31 to 21? But sure, whatever. I don't really care. That's their prerogative. We probably could have got more, to be fair, but usually it's pretty damn close to what they're going to offer you on the trade block trades. If anything, they usually give you more on those. Oh, the sneaky little devils. The Jaguars jump the rankings there a little bit and steal Trejo from us. But I do like Gates as well. I don't think he's as good, but he's got that A block shed. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think he's worth it, so I will trade up one spot with the Ravens, I think. Hopefully it shouldn't cost us more than like a 6-round pick. If they've got 2 guys, which we technically have 2 guys as well, so if we have to, we'll just not trade up. If they got 2 players, why not grab a 6-round pick for moving, maybe it's only going to be a 7th, for moving one spot. It's pretty damn close of an offer, so we'll give them a 6th round next year to make it feel a little bit more fair. Boom, call it a day. Okay, I guess they want the 7th as well. You can have it all. I don't care. It's only one spot. But I'm going to... Really? Like, who does this? Like, imagine you're on the phone, like, actually, give me that one as well. And also give me that one. Look at all those chickens. A full... You know what? Best of luck to you. You grabbed the guy I wanted. Best of luck to you. I'll take the last one. I don't care. Yeah, just enjoy. Wasn't taking a tight end anyways, idiots. So stupid, man. Like, just take the damn trade. We have 3 players as well. We have Tucker later on. How good was Tucker? I can't remember. Tucker has an A and a power move. Do I take Gates this high when I have Tucker later? We got a couple of A's in there. Yeah, I'll go Gates. If he's not hitting, though, never again am I going to do this. Let's be honest, I will. 12 in true talent. Hidden dev? Okay. We don't have to worry about me lying about the future, because easy clap. We did our job. Next pick should be at 12 in the second round. Don't know if we had any other players there, but I wasn't really, looking to trade up again. Wide receiver Sermons is still there. Ooh. 6'3", 21 years old. I mean, the guy we have now, he's not bad, but he's not hidden. If that guy's hidden, then the guy we have now would be a perfect slot anyways. Safety, we could just roll with what we got, but Compton does look pretty good too. He had a C to F zone. I don't actually know what his zone was. I'm pretty sure he was athletic, though. 4.47 is pretty good. You know what? We got multiple safeties, but not multiple wide receivers. I'm going to go Tyrell Sermons. Please be hidden. 31 in true talent. Yes, there you go. Hidden dev. True number 2 wide receiver. All right. And you know what? As much as I want a safety, I'm always just down for best available pick. Compton just went, so we might still have a chance at a safety. O-line is still there, the 1 to 2. And we do have a safety. His name is Bruce, Brenton Bruce. See how good he is. 4.42. I've been up down. 4.42 is pretty fast. He is 25 in true talent and also hidden. That is an amazing pick. That is so nice. What other picks do we need? We needed a linebacker for sure. We need like multiple linebackers. We got to go to the next pick. We can't afford to trade up for like a lineman. I'm going to let the lineman go. I need linebacker bad. We don't have 2 third-round picks either. We need linebacker so badly. I think we only have 1 above like a 65 overall right now. Who the hell is Roper, by the way? He's around 1. I'm never going to grab him, though. He actually doesn't look that bad. He's just kind of slow. But any linebackers? We have some linemen as well. Let's see what we got. We got 3 dudes. Who is the best? Best out of these 3 are going to be, so far, these 2. So I'd definitely say Chandler. Broyles is up there too. Hayward's okay. I think Chandler's by far the best, though, so I'm going to take Chandler. Ryan Chandler, 6 foot tall, athletic. Welcome to the team. He is a true talent of 63. They gave me a B+ for him, even though he's normal dev. Not really sure what decided that. And we need 1 more linebacker, so I'm just going to go until there's only 1 left and then try to trade up if possible. Oh, it's already a trade up. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off. It might be another veteran linebacker filling in. Like, how are we supposed to get through this? It's going to cost me a second next year, and we don't know how bad we're going to be. I do not want to give up that good of a pick. I'll do a 4th and a 3rd next year. There you go. I mean, it's a little bit of an overtrade, kind of, but that's a pretty good 3rd-round selection. So even if we were the first pick overall in the 3rd round, I think that's a good trade, especially since you're skipping a whole year. Another problem is I didn't think about it, but I actually did have a really solid-looking corner. George Manning, the 6'5" guy. If he's normal dev, it's a wasted pick. If he's not normal dev, you've got yourself the future at corner, which we do kind of need to worry about. 4.41, linebacker Broyles. How good was Broyles anyways? Yeah, he's pretty slow. I'm going to go for the corner, actually. We are pivoting. Time for George Manning, the 6'5" corner. It's about time we get another superstar. Come on. True talent, 61. Okay, I don't know if he's going to be superstar, but he is hidden. I was going to go with that linebacker until I saw those true grades for the speed. Worthy of a trade-up. We got ourselves a future corner on this team set up. Every other draft pick kind of sucks here, but not bad. We need another linebacker. We could have future-proofed O-line. We got ourselves a save. We did well. We did well. We even got a bonus position of a wide receiver. You know, why not? We got some pretty good players here. This is actually a solid-looking draft. Overall-wise, not bad either. You know, it's all about hidden, so obviously I'm going to call it a solid draft before even seeing them because of the hiddenness. Power finesse. I think the other guy probably will be better, but our guy was hidden, and that's, 90% of the battle with these players. Developing them is just the dev, which we get star dev. Before it kind of felt like getting a dev up was pretty easy for any DT safety, but wow, you guys have to a 77 as a DT as well, speaking of. But now with, dev ups being harder to accomplish, especially through breakout, injury concerns, of course, joining the Jets with injury concerns. Yeah, it's dev is more important than ever before. Dev, star, nothing crazy, but still, star dev is star dev. We'll take it. Safety, I think he's going to be starting at strong safety. We've got Emerson playing free. Got Nick Cross as our backup. Very raw, without a doubt, but it's got some speed, got some hit power. See who the dev is while he moves over to strong safety. Star dev, okay. What are the positions we really wanted to see? We definitely want to see the other D end. Was this guy actually hidden? He was normal, actually. Yeah, I remember. He'll be our left out. Very bad in coverage. Curious to see what Hayward was like. I think it was Hayward that we were looking at. Was it? Yeah, it was Hayward, and then we had the other guy. And then, of course, Manning. Moment of truth. Is he superstar? Even if he's not, that's a great pick. 6'5", 90-speed corner with insane press. Great man. Not great at catching, I'll admit, but hidden dev, even if he's just star, should be able to develop pretty quickly. And he is one of the superstars. There you go. Been drafting so many normal dev 6'5s that I've almost given up on them. About damn time. And, of course, there's the quarterback. Doesn't really like the good 90 or 80 overall for two of these players. Let's take a look at the players we could have had and didn't get. So, where was the DT we took? Oh, yeah, Trejo was the actual name of the guy. 75 overall. Normal. I would have definitely taken this guy over our guy, which you can maybe even argue, depending on how you get your upgrades, that 82 power move could already make him better than our guy, even with star. Just simply for the fact that, obviously, getting that power move high means that he can develop quickly just by, getting to the quarterback, getting sacks, getting those numbers up. Was a couple of safeties. I mean, do I really care too much? Probably not. Not really caring too much about those guys. What other position? Because we got our guy. He's a hidden dev. That's all that matters. Where was the other player? Was it Hayward? It was Hayward. 70 overall, 88 speed. Of course he's hidden. He was more raw than our guy, which means technically we made the right call. We just got unlucky with the dev. That's basically what that means, right? Star dev, fair enough. I think that was it, right? I think that's the gist of it. I don't think we really care too much about any of the other players. Didn't really pass on anyone else. That linebacker, but I mean, he was slow as hell. So even if he's superstar X Factor, I made the educated guess. Here we are for season 3. Mobley actually went up pretty high in overall, like 7 or 8 overalls, I believe. Despite not really having that great of a year. Yards and touchdowns are decent, but a lot of picks as well. O-line, we keep pivoting. It's a different O-line. I wouldn't say it's a worse O-line than when we started, because you have Wyatt Teller now and Zach Tom's capable. Wide receiver 2, a lot of potential there with a hidden dev, and then Drummond. Didn't say we move on from him. We're not really moving on from him. We're just upgrading the receiving room. We have 3 very capable receivers now. Edge will be the next focus, I think. And then, of course, linebacker. We've been struggling to get players in general. Blake Cashman's back as the middle linebacker 1. Safety, however, looks a lot more promising. And then because Manning's superstar and Reed has regressed a little bit, and he's obviously a little bit of a smaller guy that can play the slot, we're going to play him in the slot. Gates is the new DT2. I think right now we're in a really good place. We only need one more draft to really have the proper starting lineup, for the long term. But, hey, we're looking pretty good. I might change the scheme up, though, to something a little bit more pass. I don't know if I would say pass heavy, but I need to get those numbers up. I'm not really sure how to do that. I don't know who had a good season last year passing for the league. The Vikings usually do pretty well, don't they? But it could just be McCarthy. Let's try it. Whatever. West Coast zone with Minnesota. Actually having a pretty good year. Sauce needs a contract. We'll pay it. Tippmann's been great. So we're going to pay him. Well, great at upgrading, I would say, because he's been a little up and down statistically, but, the sacks allowed are just all over the place. Dicker, he's always been so random. He's, the kind of guy that gets signed a lot through these rebuilds because he's, kind of young and decent, but yeah, he's usually pretty bad, so I'm not sure why I keep signing him. But we're going to pay the guys that are up front, the top 2, and worry about the rest in the future. I mean, this is really cheap money, right? I mean, well, it's not cheap, but you know what I mean, for how good of a player he is. We'll do a 5-year 123. Guess I have to pay more. We are headed to playoffs. Pretty good season. I don't know if we're going to finish out and make the postseason, but we look pretty good up until that point. 11-6. Let him cook. Breece Hall, really good stuff there as the number 1 rushing yards leader. Would have won, 6 straight if not for the final loss there. Let's take a look at the numbers. Statistically, of course, I actually went with Miami. I felt like they spread the ball around to a lot of really good wide receivers more than really anyone. And the rushing numbers are pretty good. Passing numbers are pretty good. And the receivers did really well. So, I mean, maybe the move. It might be the move. Tight end didn't really get involved as much as I would have hoped. Tippmann with 1 sack allowed. Glad to have paid him. Defense, I don't think I changed it, actually. We've been doing really poorly numbers-wise, and I didn't change it. Dicker was ass. Oh, my God. Dicker in ass. I don't know why I had to say that, but not an MVP. I thought maybe would have snuck onto the list. Rookie of the Year, Sermons. Defense Rookie of the Year, Gates. Could have been the guy, but he wasn't. Best quarterback, not on the list. I thought we were good enough. I guess not. Running back at number 2, wide receiver at number 6 and 7, O-line at number 7 and 9. I was about to say number 4 as well. Not 9. 4 and 7. But I say he had to be on the list, even as a center. Quentin Williams with 4. No one at linebacker, no one at DB, and kicker nowhere to be seen because he was awful. But yeah, I'm going to pay attention to some of these sack numbers. So who has the best defensive line? I need to see these numbers because I'm sick of it, damn it. I'm sick of it. I want to see some actual sack numbers. Who's got like a 4.3 that's exceeding expectations? The Broncos, okay. I mean, they're not even a 4.3, I don't think, but sure. The Bills, we usually do see good numbers from the Cowboys, maybe? Browns. If you're not really seeing anything crazy going on here, you know, even like Max Crosby at 11 is pretty low. Karlaftis, Bosa with only 8. Broncos are 3-4, though, but their numbers are kind of like cooking up. Who is all the way up at the top there? The Lions? I think it's just Aiden Hutchinson doing that, to be honest. Quentin, we obviously had a really good season with anyways. I don't know. I mean, none of these numbers look good to me. They're all very mid. I guess Bills, because you got Ed Oliver and Rousseau. I don't know, but let's take a look at this playoff game against the Buffalo Bills. Speaking of, can we win? We made the Super Bowl that one year. We're back at a 90 overall. The quarterback looks to be potentially franchise. End of the game, let's see it. Division rival as well, so it's like a double win. You get to move on to the playoffs and take out the division rival and make their fans drink your tears. Their tears. I don't know why they would drink your tears. I'm so happy. 21-10, 28-10. Yeah, we don't have to worry about any of that as we are getting laminated. I don't even know if that's like a thing people say, but lamination. I always loved when things were laminated. I don't know why. It's like you just knew things were going well for you if you had something laminated. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. Mobley, you know, touchdowns-wise, no picks-wise, great, but Allen showing that maybe sometimes it's about playing those extra risks. He threw an extra pick, but he also threw an extra, like, 60% higher than our yards. Cook was terrible for them, and we couldn't win. I have never seen an 11 for -1 yard game. A 0.0 yards per run, attempt run season. That's so bad. We should have won this game. They look worse than us at everything except for completion percentage. All right, let's see who the Super Bowl winner is, who lost to the Bills, even though we're a much better over on them, which kind of sucks. Could just be QB overall. Cowboys versus the Jaguars. Did the Cowboys already win? I think they were in there. I don't know if they actually won it, though. I forget the Super Bowl winners all the time because, like, you see so many damn Super Bowl winners, you know, and I'm doing this all in one go so far. And I can't remember. The Cowboys do win, though. Russell Wilson is retiring. Could have been on our team. Instead, he's a Titan. Suck one. I don't know. I'm just being mean because he didn't join us, but I'm going to be honest with you. It probably wouldn't have mattered. We would have started Mobley anyways. He has higher potential. We lost a bunch of retirement-level guys. Mentor types. It is what it is. Adjust lineup. See what we got. Mobley goes up in dev. Nice. Sermons also goes up in dev. No one else did, though, but that's fine. Those are the two biggest dev ups we needed. Specifically Mobley, obviously, because he is a quarterback. What overall did he end up as? 83, I'm going to guess. It was an 84, actually. Okay, we obviously already seen it, so it's not really much of a guess, but once again, not remembering. Star dev. Beautiful. We need linebackers, though. Hopefully that rookie linebacker we had actually went up. And he did. Nice. Quincy's still around. He's still all right. Looking at the defense, though, no dev up for anyone but Chandler. Quincy's still usable. We'll see what we want to do there. Hassan Reddick might even be one of our points of emphasis is edge. But, yeah, I mean, he's still usable technically. Still has edge threat, which makes him really good. But fair enough. He's a player, if you will. Defensively, though, I mean, looking at what we need to change, 2 linebackers, debatably that edge with Hassan Reddick. Everything else is fine. And then offensively, did we sign Teller to a 2-year deal? I can't remember. But offensively, I mean, nothing? Maybe? And of course, Fashanu. I just want to say Fashanu because it just looks like it needs a 5th-year option, which honestly, you could probably argue that it's worth just doing because it's going to be around that price anyways. So I am actually going to do it. We've been doing a lot of 5th-year options in this rebuild. It's been fitting, and why not? You know, why the hell not? I mean, I'm kind of desperate. I'm surprised he took it. It's one of those, like, I kind of wish he didn't, but I need to offer because I'm going to feel like an idiot if I don't. All right, what do we got for free agents? Anyone special? Trent McDuffie. Oh, my God. Trent McDuffie's looking kind of good. Karlaftis as well. Okay, the Chiefs are busted. They're broke. They're done. They're finished. But, yeah, can we make that move and not go broke? That's what I worry about. Our quarterback's still on a rookie deal, so probably Pace, I don't think it's worth it. Probably shouldn't have taken Quincy now, but I think we're going to try to go Karlaftis. Was there someone else I wanted? Was it just Karlaftis? I mean, Hassan Reddick hasn't played well, and obviously he's regressed to, like, oblivion. How well has Karlaftis played? If he's played well, he is on our team. That is, like, once again, like 15 sacks, normal, like, real-life mode. And he's not asking for many years. So I'm kind of willing to go above and beyond here. 3-year 78, which is even lowballing for the market. Do I really want to do... I'm going to actually do the, like, 2-year long-term. Not 2-year long-term. The 2-year expensiveness. So then I can re-sign him if I want long-term on a cheaper deal, technically. Am I really going to pay him more than $30 million per because it's the open market? See, this isn't like a... I mean, to be fair, the Chiefs we know are going to go broke at some point. They got too much talent, too much expenses. But I don't feel as bad, like, realism-wise when I'm spending this kind of money because it's like, okay, I can see why they didn't sign him because nobody can afford him. Let's find a way to do this. A 2-year 64. That's a lot of money. And it's still not enough. I don't want to lose him, though, because, like, we have the money, and it's a big positional need, so, like, why wouldn't I? Oh, is it in the green? Really? I mean, it's only a 2-year deal, so if we are paying, like, ridiculous money that, like, gets people thinking, whoa, then, yeah, I mean, it's worth it if they, you know, stick around after that. Oh, my God. I mean, if I'm going to pay that much... and not have a guarantee, I'm just going to keep it. Whatever happens, happens. Was there another player? I thought there was one more. Maybe a linebacker. I think we'll just draft one, though. We've had pretty good luck so far in rebuilds, you know, drafting and developing. Got some other options, though, in fairness. But, yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. We just want one thing, and it's Karlaftis. We're not going to get him, though. Yeah, I'm sure he signs a 2-year, $44 million deal with the Titans when we just offered him, was it a 2-year 74? I think it might have been something like a 2-year 74, dude. It's just like, I get it. I don't want it to be stupidly easy to get players, but at the same time, when stuff like that happens, it really makes you want to turn off the stupid motivations. Is there a way to, like, tone it down at least, maybe? Oh, crap. Well, to be fair, when you put it on low, I'm pretty sure it's, like, really easy. I want to see what it would have been like if we... Nah, I'm not going to do it. I was going to, like, revert the re-signing and the signing and all that. It's really unrealistic. There's no way he would decline that in real life, but yeah, I'm not going to revert it or anything like that. Damn. That sucks. And there's really no one else we need here that's available, so it's back to the draft again, yo. All right, we're at that point where it's really, really luxury time, so we could easily trade down into the second round and be very fine with that, especially since I don't believe we have our own third-round pick. Or even fourth-round picks, for that matter. I don't believe. Can we do something like in the second round and not get completely fleeced out? Yeah, that's not bad. Seattle's going to give us 42 and 74, which, I mean, we probably should have been owed a little bit more than that. Remember how much we had to give up for the trade up from 31 to 21. But you know what? We're not as greedy. We're more contempt. We just want our trade downs, damn it. We have some linemen here. A 2-3 tackle with a 1-2 grade. That might be enough for me to be like, hey, screw it. I might be doing that. I think I might be doing it. Let's get one more look. I mean, he does look really good. The reps, though. I started yelling at you. I'm so sorry, but the reps are just not great. Obviously, a lot of these guys I find out about, you know, some of these pro day stuff because at first I'm just looking at key ratings and then I scout further and then, you know, when it's time to go to the draft, I'm like, okay, let's see what we got. And it's like, oh, not great. Really good pass blocker, though. That might be enough. I'm going to take him anyways. Lashley, 31 in true talent. Took him at 41. I didn't look at the dev. I completely forgot, which is actually massive because if I'm looking at linemen later, do I decide on a new lineman or not based on the dev alone? You know, I usually do that. So, could go O-line, but I think at this point we do need linebacker. I scouted Strickland the furthest because he was the guy I knew the least about. I don't know who the best player is here. There's a lot of question marks. From what I can see, though, I like Overeem the most, I think. Oh, actually, no, I don't. I think I like Wembley the most, but he's a 3-4. You know what? We like those linebackers a lot, so we are going to move down into the third round. And the Browns are going to be an okay trade, I suppose. Let's go to the next round, take Wembley if he's there. He should be. So we have 68 and 74. That should land us 2 linebackers, which is mainly the things we needed. Wembley! Oh, we also have these 2, though. These 2 guys are still there in their 2 to 3s, which could also be considered a bad thing, because it's like, well, why are they still there if they're not, if they're good? Overeem does look really good, though. How fast was he? He had an F in there as well. Got to figure what that is. Finesse move. Oh, I don't really care about that. Let's go Overeem. Junior Overeem. 30th in true talent. And dub. That is a dub. There's so many linebackers there. We'd have to be so unlucky to not have another one 5 or 6 picks later. And really, we're more unlucky for the fact that most of them didn't go. Church was the only dude that went. We have that offensive lineman as well. I think I like Wembley the most, though, right? I mean, looking at these ratings, he looks the best, but we don't know about that block shedding, so he could just suck. But obviously, as far as we know for all these other players, he's by far the best remaining, right? So, Nigel Wembley, oh, he's 23. Oh, no. Yeah, it looks like I didn't even look at his age. Strickland, he's a 2 to 3, which is not... Man, do I go for the 23? Strickland, that freaking block shed, though, is so crazy. Friedman looks raw as hell. Let's take a look at Friedman's speed, though. Speedman? Do I really take a young player over a 23-year-old that looks great? Let's go one more look at Strickland. F block shed. I'm taking him anyways. 65 in true talent. Pindev, that athleticism. It spoke to me, as it always does. Let's go to the next round, just in case that lineman wants to stick around. We don't really actually need a lineman, assuming that tackle was actually hidden, which I'm hoping he is. Oh, crap. I forgot about edge. We don't, need it, but, we kind of want it. Let's go to the Cardinals. That guy looks okay. He wasn't the most athletic guy, but good enough for ratings. Maybe you get lucky with a hidden dev. Now, they don't even need these picks. Okay, we got 3/5. That might be enough on its own. Yeah, okay. I mean, we almost overtraded by, a lot. Not sure we even need that 5th round pick, but we'll keep it. Maybe trade down. All right, let's go with the edge rusher. Every other player on our board is gone. What about these other guys? You got a couple of 2 to 3s, 1 to 2s. Rick Thompson, huge, kind of play both styles. Pretty athletic, so we're going to grab him, hope for the best. He is a 98 in true talent, and he is unfortunately normal dev. And we're going to be trading down with the Buccaneers, giving us a bunch of stuff for next year. A 5, 6, and a 7. I mean, they kind of it resonated with me. That's the kind of trade I would be looking to do. So, it kind of resonated with me. I was like, hey, that's a me trading up. I like to trade up with me. Why not? There's actually a couple of decent kickers, but the best one is named Robert Foote. His literal last name mentions feet, so that's going to be our guy. He is okay, I would imagine generational. 2 in true talent. I thought that was glitched for a second. 99 kick power, hidden dev. I mean, the guy's name is Foote. Obviously, he was going to be generational. It's pretty obvious there. Landed 2 generational kickers. Like a punter and then a kicker. Obviously, not the same year or anything like that, but yeah, just look for high kick power. It's always the cheat code. 79 overall. The right end actually wasn't even terrible either. Lashley, was he hidden? He was. Future starting tackle of this team at some point, maybe. Might even need him right now as a guard, actually. Do we need him as a guard? I don't even know. Either way, he's going to play there for now until we actually know what to do with him. If there's even ever a time to know what to do with him. Overeem, we don't actually need 2 linebackers just yet. Really good block shed, but we need at least 1. Or do we need 2? We might actually need 2 already. What am I talking about? I think we might. I'm not sure, but we got 2, and that's all that matters. It doesn't really matter what we needed. It's about what we've got. Did we look at Overeem or any? Oh, we looked at... Okay, fair enough. I don't know why I thought there was a player in between there. Yeah, I mean... Strickland's were pretty raw, I gotta be honest. I'm really curious to see what that 23-year-old looks like. Let's see if he can change my mind. Let's put number 55. Why not? Versatile number. Star dev. I'm not sure where we want people, but someone's got to play middle linebacker. I don't know who. And the rest I don't really care about. Let's take a look at the kicker, I suppose. 99 kick power with... What is that accuracy? 85. I mean, we already know he's a generational, so... And if he isn't, oh, big deal. He's star dev. I don't really care. Let's take a look at the linebacker we could have had. He was 23, and it was enough to deter me. What was his name, though? That's the question. Oh, it was Wembley. Wembley. And Nev, okay, fair enough. Pretty good balance. Breast. Okay, sure. You know where my mind is. Press. Only 41. Whip it out, Wembley. Only star. So, yeah, my smarts to avoid the age is good. Our Season 4 roster. Mobley's starting to get up there a little bit, but we are potentially going to be losing Wyatt Teller And then defensively, when is Quinnen going to be starting to go? 29 years old, so he's only going to get worse from here on out, it seems, or very close to it. But the team is about as young as of a team we have seen through year 4 of one of these rebuilds. Most of the time we're starting to lose 1 to 3, well, maybe not lose, but we're having 1 to 3 really big-time starters for us start to regress. But now, after Williams and Reddick, are done after this season, it's all youth from there on out. But we'll see if we can make it happen. Last year was close. The Rodgers year was really close, and we'll see if the team is there yet. Obviously, the Mobley quarterback, he can definitely get up even higher, so we'll hope that's the case. Get him to maybe in the 90s, and maybe year 5 will be the magic final number year. Or maybe we win the Super Bowl here. Who knows? Or we don't win any, and we go to sleep crying. It's QB breakout time. Our quarterback needs 3+ total touchdowns and 0 interceptions for a dev upgrade. That's actually really doable. Don't sell Mobley, please, if you don't mind. It doesn't even say anything about winning. Some of these breakouts we've seen have been really bustedly hard, but that was really doable. Let's see if he does it. Uh-oh. Is this good or bad? Coach, you talk to... Oh, God. About to find out. Yes or no, you always wait a little... Yeah, thanks for telling me about his still star development trait. Let's see what it was. Did he not have enough touchdowns? Did he throw the pick? That's not bad, but it is kind of weird because it's you're basically wanting people... Mobley was terrible. He had 1 touchdown. Oh, it's because 3 rushing touchdowns of Brees. It's... I don't know, dude. I wish they would make it a little more team-oriented. I think it should be get Mobley 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, or have 5 total touchdowns on the team. Because, that's a good performance for the whole team if you have 5 touchdowns. It doesn't really matter just about the quarterback. It's all about if the whole team is scoring, But one of the newer features is the part 2. We have a part 2 for the quarterback getting a scenario, giving us another chance at it, potentially. Having a pretty damn good year. $139 million. Quinnen Williams needs a... Oh, my God. How much money is that? 38 per. Can we go cheaper? 2 year 74? Nice. I mean, that's still a lot of money, but it... could have been worse. Carter, he's regressing. Tom, I mean, we have Lashley. I mean, it's not like money's a problem, but Mobley needs a contract soon. Maybe even now, actually, because I forgot he wasn't a first-round guy. That name, man, it's just... one of these days, I'm going to accidentally say it, and it's Jover. Let's pay Wyatt Teller, though. He's worth it, I think. Boom. If there's ever a player that I'm going to be rooting to not do well, it's probably going to be him. Because if he becomes a really good player, there's a better chance that I end up trading for him or signing him or something. I'm not doing it. Yeah, but we could afford anyone. Just do we want to? Do we want to pay Tom? I don't think so. How well is he playing? Is he at least doing something that most tackles don't do, which is not allow sacks? He has been good, though. 1 year 18? Man, I think we just use Lashley. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. Because money will become a problem soon. We have to pay Drummond there if we decide to do that. And then, of course, the quarterback's coming up. Especially if he becomes a superstar here, like we see with his breakout chance. But here you go. 325 plus passing yards and 1 or fewer interceptions for the dev upgrade, which is kind of tougher, sort of. Yeah, it's actually way tougher. What am I even talking about? Really good season we're having, though. Unbelievable. I changed the defense to the Buffalo defense. We still got Miami in offense. Wasn't flashy from him, but not a bad performance. Yeah. So it's almost like the first one is kind of easier, and then the next one, they're like, okay, you're going to get another chance at it, but it's going to be tougher. And I don't know if we just had an easier schedule or what, but maybe this is the GOAT combination. The Miami offense, Buffalo defense, and the AFC East is just cooking. 16-1. That is the best real rebuild record we've ever had. Taking advantage of this bye week to come up with a wrinkle for the rest of the playoffs. Okay, sure. Secret weapon? Probably none. Oh, Drummond for sure. He's the best of those 3 by a mile. Catching, spectacular catch, deep route. Probably catching. Deep route's very nuanced, if you will. We already have deep route for him, I think. 5 to catch him for the playoffs. It's pretty cool. I like that. We'll take it. Let's take a look at the schedule. You can see some of the teams in there. We got that bye week, obviously, which is amazing. We lost to the Jaguars, and every other team we beat. Nice season. That was, the best season we've had in a rebuild so far. Breece Hall is number 3 for yards. Could make his way as an X factor. Mobley was great. 38 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, just under 4,000 yards. Could be MVP, actually. Breece, and look at all the touchdowns the running backs had. 35 rushing touchdowns and 38 passing. That's got to be the leader in the league. Wilson could go up in dev. Sermons didn't really, it's not as good of a year, but it's still good. Riddick was great, and then Drummond not as great. O-line was amazing. They only gave up 13 sacks, which, hell, some of the seasons we've had, that's a one-year level season. Reddick with 14 sacks, 9 for Jermaine, 9 for Quentin, 8 for Gates, and not a single one for anyone else. Garner was amazing. I mean, everyone that was supposed to do well played well. This was like our best team effort season ever. And, of course, Mahomes wins MVP slightly over Mobley. And any award wins, you get Overeem with the Rookie of the Year on defense. Best running back, number 2 for quarterback, number 5 and 6 for wide receiver. O-line at 2 and 5. That would have been nice to win that one. Hassan Reddick at number 3 and Jermaine Johnson at number 10. Linebacker, no. DB number 1 for Sauce. Kicker at 3. Best season we've had. By far. And hell, just even in rebuilds for Madden 25 could be that as well, honestly. It's been a pretty special year. Who do we go against? Oh, come on. The Texans. Who are you playing at? I really don't want to lose this because I'm going to look stupid if we do now. Winner of this one's going up against the Ravens in the championship round. Left to right is them. We didn't really have a great start, but it's a 3-all game now. Looks like we are turning the ball over or something, but hey, both teams are getting stops. Halftime score of 3-all. This does not bode well for us. Our offense should be doing a lot better than this. Finally, we get a touchdown. And the defense is going to win the game pretty much. 17-3. Defense was not playing around in this one. The Jets' defense is back to that elite status. The status that got Mark Sanchez maybe we would like to call him here. Back-to-back championship rounds. That was such a good freaking defense. Wasn't Frank Gore on that team? I'm pretty sure, right? Pretty good sack totals. Pick for Lassiter, who's so slow. I don't know how he pulled that off. They missed one field goal, but it wouldn't have mattered as they lost by 14. The Ravens are the next up. To the Ravens. I think the Ravens beat the Dolphins. I don't know who else beat them. They're like, who beat the Chiefs? Like, that's information I need to know. I want to see who beat the Chiefs. Is it a team that is it the Ravens? Are we about to face off against a team that beat them? Kind of crazy to see the Ravens and the Chiefs in the wild card round against each other because those are teams you wouldn't expect to have to face off that early. It was the Texans actually that did beat them. I can kind of see why. Their defense was pretty good. Ravens beat Bills by 21. Then they beat Miami by 7. Who's in it now? The Cowboys and the Niners. So whoever wins this one in the AFC is looking at a tough one. It's a tough one no matter what. The Ravens are an 89, we're a 92. We have the better team. Can we win? Win or lose, though, I do want to see who the Niners quarterback is, unless they got Purdy back from free agency, because remember, he was in free agency that one time. 7-all already, a way higher scoring than the last one. Huge drive, we get 3. I wish it was a touchdown, but that's still better than nothing. 17-7, one more touchdown could do it, and man, I don't want to speak too soon, but this defense has been unbelievable in this playoffs. They have given up basically no points. They're basically the 85 Bears. It is ridiculous. This Jets team is on another level. They are on a new level. It's insane. Touchdowns, 3 for Mobley with 0 touchdown or interceptions. Why couldn't he do that during the breakout? Who knows? Lamar Jackson doesn't do too well rushing. Their running back is Milstead, whoever the hell that is. Breece Hall, 75 yards and a touchdown. Garrett Wilson cooking up. Yeah, just a really good defensive performance. It's the side that really carried the most. Really just not giving up points. All right, I don't even know who you want to win this. I guess the Niners, because I think the Cowboys playbook's a little bit better in sim. I'm still a little surprised at where we are. 16-1 with 2 dominating playoff performances. Like, that's just not expected with a quarterback that's, sub 90. Unless he is a 90 now, which he could be. And it will be the Niners headed on to the Super Bowl. The Cowboys are only 9-8 as well. I mean, we've looked already, so we might as well take a look at how the Niners did it, because we've been paying attention to our side, but haven't really looked at the NFC side. Did they have the bye week? They did not. They beat the Cardinals by 4. Then they beat the Vikings by 24. They beat the Cowboys by 6. And then they lose to the Jets by 20. I'm freaking hoping. Let's take a look at these dev-ups. Also kind of want to take a look at Mobley, see if he actually did get to a 90. He is an 88 overall, Superstar X Factor. Is that... When did he get to Superstar? Offensive... Oh, he got it for Offensive Player of the Week in Week 17. It is so rare. I have not had it actually happen to me while I'm playing a franchise, which does kind of make sense. Like, if you think we play maybe 3 to 4 seasons of a franchise 2 times a year, that's, 8 years versus the, I don't even know, maybe 200 years of Sims we do per rebuild season. And we rarely see this. We see this maybe like 8 times in a rebuild year. But hey, that's clutch, as he's an X Factor. Brees joins the X Factor squad. Freaking Garrett Wilson joins the X Factor squad. I think even the tight end went to Superstar. I don't think he was before, was he? He might have been. Nah, I think he might have already been Superstar, wasn't he? Nope, I lied. He was not. It was a hell of a year. This is the year to do it. This team had a hell of a glow up. I mean, how many dev ups was that on offense? That's 2, 3, 4, 5 technically in one season. Then you look at the defense. Overeem was star, right? No one else went up a dev, but that's fine. It's still a good year. All right, here it is. The Niners for all the marbles. 16-1 versus 11-6. Our overall is much higher. Well, maybe not much, but 3 overall is still higher. Here it is. Can we win it all? Left to right looks to be them. I don't know for a fact, though. And it is. Right to left is us. We get 3. They get 7. Is it raining? It's raining in the Super Bowl, huh? Great Super Bowl location, boys. Good choice. 17-10. 1 touchdown could do it. Up by 10, up by 13. The Niners won't go away, but this defense has been unbelievable. I'm going to say it right now. It's going to be the hottest take. This is the greatest rebuild defense we have ever had. I'm saying it. I'm not saying the whole, start to finish was. That Gatorade bucket was empty. But I don't know who the hell was sipping on it, but hey, they must have helped us win. But as far as this specific season, I've never seen a defense dominate the way they have. I mean, they literally locked teams down. It is crazy. They couldn't do anything. They literally could not penetrate this defense. It's like, 30 points in a whole playoff run or less? I don't even know. But Mobley was pretty damn good, I suppose. 72% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Just the yards are a little low, but, I mean, the yards on offense are just in general. This offense, it wasn't that great. It was pretty good. It was efficient, and it didn't really turn the ball over. But as far as, putting up big numbers, they really didn't do it. It was the defense that was obviously the star of the show. And with that, another successful 4-year Super Bowl run. Of course, we try to aim for 5. And, we beat it by a year most of the time. Not always. Sometimes we don't even win a Super Bowl at all. But a lot of year 4s. I would say that's where 60-70% of our rebuild Super Bowls come from is year 4. And once again, I'll show you guys the win-loss there. Cooked up. Dolphins offense with the, the Bills defense. If you guys want to see it, just in case you're like, yeah, but what about the other scheme? Is it a vertical zone? That's what I ran. I did it. We did it. I kind of went with what I think this team has in real life accordance to those teams. And let's see it. Mobley, the 89 overall quarterback, excuse me. He really glowed up. That deep accuracy is terrible, but, this isn't really a deep accuracy type team anyways. It's not a deep route team. It's like a short to medium range team. Like, you can obviously go deep with any of them, really, but, Garrett Wilson, just based on his speed and size and the way he kind of operates, he makes more sense from the medium range. And then you have Sermons, who was definitely worth the draft pick, right? He was worth the draft pick because the dev lackage from Drummond, we weren't really seeing the dev ups too much. Garrett Wilson finally got some dev ups, but he's like a super high overall. Drummond, though, he's still really good and he's young, and he would get that contract from us. Release is great, deep route is great, good catching. He's the true deep route guy if you want to talk about any of them being deep route guys. Brees Hall, the 97 overall, 26 years old, X Factor. He's going on for a long time going forward. Thought even it's faster than that by now. Is that literally his base speed in Excel? I would argue that I thought he would have been faster than that as a base player, like 94, 95 speed, to be honest. But Calvin Riddick, the tight end, fast, really good catching, great route running, really good blocking too. Has every catch trade. That's kind of like the highlight for him. O-line, Fashanu. I want to say Fashanu, and every time I second guess myself when I see that name, but not much of a run blocker, but an unbelievable pass blocker. Like, how the hell do you even, beat him? I don't think you can. We have a couple of other Jets players on here. Usually you don't keep the O-line intact, but we did. Another really good power blocker with Joe Tippmann. And then we're going to take a look at AVT, Aliens versus Tucker. I don't know. He's got a great blocking ratings, but his power blocking's kind of iffy, which as a guard, you know, maybe move over to tackle. I don't know. But let's take a look at the defense now. Not a whole lot of, like, long-standing, been on the team for a long time, you know, carrying the torch names, which is why I'm really shocked that this defense was as good as it was. Like, do they actually factor in the fact that Manning's 6'5", maybe? And it's like, whoa, we got to go against the GOAT cover Gardner. He's, like, impossible to beat. And then we have to go against a 6'5" corner that can make up for a lot of mistakes because of how much reach he has. Bruce, wow, okay, 87 man zone and 85 man coverage. That's really good. Could play damn cornerback if we needed him to. That's really impressive. Did we look at Garner? I'm not going to look at that other guy we just landed on. Garner, 99 man, 99 zone, 99 play rec, 93 jump, 97 press. He's ridiculous. 99 awareness. He's just insane. I'm going to say it. He's crazy with it. Quincy Williams also winning a Super Bowl with us is great. Did Chandler get looked at? I don't even know. Yeah, he definitely did. We 100% looked at him. Linebackers, we kind of like went back and forth on. That's why it threw me off. Let's take a look at the D-line. Hassan Reddick, he's still here. He's regressing, and he's 32 now, but he is still here, and he's viable, especially if you're going to use her with him, because obviously he has edge threat still and no outsiders. But yeah, as far as like sim ratings go, I'm a little surprised that he even did as well as he did. Jermaine Johnson, 28 years old. We're getting a freaking Hassan Reddick style here, right? He's going to be superstar dev when he's 85, 86, but he'll be 29, and it's just like the trend continues. But hey, that trend allowed us to get a Super Bowl, so maybe it's not the worst formula in the world. Really good block shedding, okay pass rush ability from Will Gates, who obviously had like 67 power move, I think, when we drafted him, so he's working his way up there. And then Quentin Williams, the 97 overall 29-year-old who just got like 36 million per from us. Ridiculously good. Obviously the anchor of this defense besides Sauce, I suppose. But yeah, that's another... Oh, no. It is not a success. Well, it is a successful one, but, you know, we're going to be taking a look at the special teamers. These guys are actually pretty unique because obviously they're both super... Well, we don't know what's superstar, but, I mean, let's be real. He's obviously superstar. 99 kick power was an 85 accuracy. And then Haynes, surprisingly, only a 79 overall. 96 kick power, 90 accuracy. Insanely fast. It's annoying that he doesn't have any tackling, no zone coverage, no receiving ability, no running. It's like, what are we doing? Let this guy be a tight end, damn it. Even though he's like 6'3 or whatever, 6'2, 6'3. But regardless, if you guys enjoyed this one, a little bit of a different type of rebuild where, you know, you start off really good, you're okay after that, but you start dwindling down because of the age. Money was never a problem, though, which is a little surprising. And you bring in Rodgers, who I think did take a little bit of a pay cut, and you bring in all these other veterans, and I know they are like one-year type players, but you have the money to re-sign them if you really wanted to, and yet we had a lot of money. I don't know if the Jets are really that financially sound in real life. It would kind of make sense because they do have one of the younger teams, but yeah, this was not the most challenging rebuild, but it's really cool to get a quarterback in the 4th round and develop them into an X Factor. Normal dev to X Factor. You know, we haven't really been seeing that many dev ups in, you know, this Madden so far, which, I mean, I kind of get. And yet it was another successful rebuild. So we'll take that. If you guys enjoyed, like I said, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate getting support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays for non-Madden content. And then let me know what team you want to see next. We obviously have a bunch of challenge rebuilds we still need to do. It's a long Madden season, so obviously I'm not in too much of a rush to do one thing or the other. But if there's something I really like, I'll maybe push that up to the top of the list of things to do. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, which should be a Patriots franchise episode tomorrow. I was going to do one earlier today. I was like, you know what? Let's just separate them a little bit. But until next video,